Okay, welcome to the latest Spurs news with me, Sean Butler, at Spurs Talk Show. You can find us on YouTube at Spurs Talk Show and on Twitter at Spurs Talk Show. We are waking up. It's 2:30 on Thursday, the 9th of December, to the news. Not waking up if you're like an average person, but someone like me who doesn't get up until late because of other responsibilities. We are waking up to the news that Tottenham against Rennes is cancelled officially. Rennes weren't happy, Rennes weren't happy, whatever the grammatically correct way of saying that is. Rennes weren't happy with the decision that Tottenham had made to cancel after arriving into London yesterday, getting off the plane and finding out that they had requested the cancellation. However, Rennes said as far as they were concerned, it was still happening. UEFA have come out now and have actually confirmed the cancellation. What is news? Most people will know that news already, but what is the news is that Tottenham apparently offered the date for the rescheduling to be December the 15th, 6 days later. A French media outlet, L'Ouest France, were the ones that were reporting that the League One side didn't want it pushed back by 6 days, primarily because there was no guarantee that Tottenham's issues would be solved by then. And that's now been confirmed by the French club's president of the Administration Council, Jacques Delenau, as relayed by L'Ouest France. He said, we haven't validated this date. So as of right now, there is no known date for rescheduling of the Tottenham-Rennes game, the final game in the European Conference League's final game. The game that does matter in the league from a Tottenham perspective between Vitesse and between Mura is going ahead tonight. And so it might turn out, given the conflicts and the inability to schedule an easily appointable date for the final game between Tottenham and Rennes, it might become a dead rubber. If in a magical world Mura happened to beat Mura tonight, then Tottenham will win and go through in second place outright, and therefore it gives a little bit more room and wiggle room to the idea of just cancelling the game. As a forfeit from Tottenham, we would still qualify in second place and still be able to take part then in the December the 12th, draw for the playoffs in the Conference League against the teams that get relegated from the third spot in the Europa League that is going on as well this evening. In my opinion, trying to reschedule this game alongside what looks like other games that will be cancelled in the Tottenham's very next and upcoming future games. We obviously already have to reschedule the game against Burnley that was cancelled due to snow last Sunday. We are going to, in all likelihood, have to cover and cancel the game and reschedule the game against Brighton that is happening this Sunday. And who knows what will take place as more and more players are falling ill with positive coronavirus infections. There's no guarantee that Tottenham will be back on their feet and ready to outfield or to play an outfield team for our game against Leicester, the next game in the Premier League, which is happening the following Thursday. So other news to know about, though, is that let me get this up quickly. So Rennes haven't validated the date. We've gone through that one. Roma and Tottenham are battling for the highly rated 21-year-old from Norwich, Max Aarons, wonderful player, one that Tottenham have been coveting for a long time. And the price tag that the Canaries, according to Corriere dello Sport, have placed on the youngster's head is 22 million euros, a price tag that may prove too high for Roma given their financial difficulties in Italy right now. And so Spurs are currently ahead in that race between themselves and allegedly several other teams that are in the Premiership that are all looking very favourably on Max Aarons and his ability to offer fullback potential on the right side for Tottenham or whoever else those teams are. Moving on. We've done that one. Rennes have released a second statement. Yes, we've done that. What else have we got to say? Report reveals details from Spurs-web.com. Report reveals details on Conte's virtual lockdown-style training regime after Hotspur away closure. The Tottenham squad is set to undergo a lockdown-style fitness regime over the next few days following the closure of the club's training ground, according to Charlie Eccleshare of The Athletic. Antonio Conte has seen his squad decimated by an outbreak of COVID-19 over the last 3 days, with reports revealing that 8 first-team players. I actually think this is out of date. I think now it's at least 12 first-team players and 5 members, maybe 7 members. I think now most latest update of the coaching staff have also tested positive for the virus. So there is a significant setback to Conte's festive plans. The Athletic claim the Italian said to be very keen on keeping his players in top shape by reverting to lockdown-style training, which was implemented by a lot of clubs across the continent last year. Nothing really more to say about that. What I would say is that going into the festive period, regardless of what happens with Brighton, regardless of what happens with Leicester, Liverpool, or West Ham in the Carabao Cup, Tottenham are already going to have to replay the Burnley game. If Tottenham can't get the game rescheduled before the end of the year, then I don't see how they can do it possibly before. The rules currently state that any rescheduling for whatever reason by UEFA has to happen before the end of the year to give everybody enough time to organise the necessary travel requirements for teams across Europe for the playoff first leg, which happens, I believe, on the 22nd of February, I believe. Don't quote me on that. So I can't see when Tottenham are going to be able to squeeze the game in against Rennes if it's not in 6 days' time, like Tottenham have requested, even though I think it's still madness to try to squeeze it in 6 days' time when we apparently have a game against Brighton in 3 days' time that looks like they're going to request it to be cancelled. That doesn't make any sense to me. We also then have a game against Leicester the following Thursday, and then a game against Liverpool the following week after that, plus a midweek tie in the Carabao Cup home to West Ham. It doesn't make any sense to me why Tottenham would request a rescheduling of that fixture within 6 days. That's what the rumours have it, but either way, Rennes have said that they haven't agreed to any such request, and I don't blame them. They must feel very put out. Obviously, there's a little bit of, somewhat compromise that has to happen, a little bit of understanding on both sides. It's not Tottenham's fault, and neither was it Tottenham's desire to cancel this game. But obviously, from Rennes' perspective, they do have tough games coming up in Ligue 1 in the following couple of weeks, and they've already qualified by right out of the group stage. So for them to come all the way over here and then to have the game cancelled or suspended or rescheduled after landing, you can understand why they're put out a little bit. But I think that there should be cool heads, should come to a compromise and figure out that no one is really responsible, but apart from this invisible, horrible enemy known as COVID-19. Anyway, that's it from now. Anything else that comes out will be updated on this channel. And make sure, if you don't mind, to like, share, and subscribe to us at Talk Spurs Show on both Twitter and YouTube. And as always, up the Yids.